doors.
What?
To open fridge.
Yeah, that's the spot.
When JP Cells got the flow. And Mr. Cooper breaking down the show. Jack B. lit, chaotic BPR in control. Game and news and food we savor. Nerd culture, what we adore. Lights on, cameras ready, what's the score? Dropping wisdom and jokes, got content galore. We talk games, we talk shows, we talk shades.
Hey, what's that? Sex subscribe now.
Stacks of games on the shelf like a dream. JPEG Cell with the intro, smooth and keen. Throwing up the peace sign, feeling serene. Mr. Cooper got the stats, a true gaming fiend. Decked out in merch like a cozy cuisine. And in chat, chaotic BPR reigns supreme. Hit them with emojis, they on the whole scheme. Gaming grub, tech talk, it's the theme. Chef up a storm while the consoles gleam. Fitting wisdom and laughs, a perfect team.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
Hey, wait. In the kitchen with J Pixel, check the feed. Open fridge where the good vibes live. Mr. Cooper on the side, gaming knowledge deep. Chats alive, got a PPR, they never sleep. We mix tech talk with a dash of game lore. Unbox the flavor, what we all came for. Nerd culture like a comic book store. Myth Griffin on the latest. Why the fans are full of bits.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
Hey, wait.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
When it's gaming news you crave, better stay tuned in. JPX with reviews, spin the tech whirlwind. When Mr. Cooper's got the take on every console war. While chaotic VPR chats, who's gonna score? Fresh content every week, open fridge, don't rest. Taking the victory and defeat, putting skills to test. Serving fandom on a plate, all the culture's beats. Gaming, eating, tech and space, broadcasting on the streets. In the open fridge lights where the cool air flows. Hit the bell for the hype, watch the community grow.
Open up the fridge, let the stream begin. Drop a like, subscribe, let the chat chime in.
Hey, catch this wave, don't be afraid. Gamer fridge where we display
skills and thrills JPXL leads. You'll see mods and arcades, tutorials for free. Believe me.
Hit that like, go share and subscribe to. We're gaming day and night, yeah, for you. Turn the volume up, come join the crew. Gamer Fridge is here with content that's new. JPX Styles on the mic with tips you can use.
From arcade mods to game reviews, we'll cruise.
Don't miss out, hit like, be a part of the hype. Share with your friends and subscribe, let's unite. In this game we play no cheat codes, just fair. Gamer Fridge unlocked with games beyond compare. JP Cell shows the way, every hack, every layer. From pixels to polygons, we craft with flair. Hit that bell icon for alerts, don't miss out. We're the talk of the town, come scream and shout.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, Jake.
How we doing?
I'm here with, you guys know him as Galaga Guy 88. Here we call him Mr. Cooper. We'll get used to that one. We'll find out. I think we'll eventually tell them why we're going to call you Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
But we'll go.
Yes. If they haven't figured it out by now, then they'll never figure it out, you know?
Right. So,
yeah.
But welcome to our, we did this last week as a test, and then we're still testing. So this is all just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We're actually working out the bugs. That's why this is episode 0.1, because 0.0 was last week, even though I piggybacked on my gaming stream, and then it just kind of evolved. And that's how the show is going to do. It's going to evolve into something. We don't quite know what. But we've been planning. I've been planning, and Galaga Guy's been patiently waiting. Mr. Cooper has been patiently waiting for me to finish everything. But I think we're kind of...
It's been fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you supporting my vision of this, and hopefully it's something huge, and we just blow up and we get rich, and this is all we can do for our lives, right?
I mean, that's
That's the goal.
that would be awesome.
That would be
So
awesome. You're like, wow, yeah, sure.
yeah, sure.
Let's all quit our
Sounds
day
great.
job. But I don't know how you have been doing, but I just got off my vacation, and now I'm
Nice.
in hardcore overtime work mode. So that is what I've been doing. How about you, Mr. Cooper? How have you been this week?
I've
Weekend?
been reviewing chairs. We're making sure that they all.
Oh yes, yes. Part of Arcades Anonymous, which we are both part of. Make that money, guys.
Yes.
Yes, Burger Time Babe is
Yes.
all for that. All for that.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I had a little tumble
yes,
on my chair, so I had to make sure I got one that will work for an entire show. So this one should last.
that is awesome. If you want to, you guys don't know what we're talking about, check out Arcades Anonymous. I made up a little clip of the incident.
Yes. I was like just sitting here, and all of a sudden you see me just go whoop to one side of the screen.
It was great. It was great. I'm glad you're
Yes.
not hurt. So then we can laugh
Yes.
at
Yeah. I should have
Sure.
pretended to be hurt so no one would laugh. I should have been like, "Oh, yeah, I'm really hurt."
you. And we were at first we were like, whoa, what happened? Because all I see is
I was too. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? No, but it was.
You want to hear a broken. You said Michigan. I think you made a comment that chairs don't break in Michigan, but I'll leave you another broken chair story. At my daughter's wedding, her soon-to-be father-in-law, we had grabbed all these like. Her wedding was like planned in 1 week because she decided she wanted to get married, and my wife became into a bridezilla herself, so it was the craziest time. But we grabbed as many spare chairs, and we just packed that. We had this whole thing. It was outside. It was really nice. It was perfect, except for when I'm walking my daughter down the aisle, and then we all get seated, and the ceremony starts, and all of a sudden you hear crack, 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 bam. Her soon-to-be father-in-law chair broke right in the middle of the whole service. It was one of those
Oh
green
my
plastic,
gosh.
and it just like disintegrated.
Oh my goodness,
We look
that is.
over and it just cracked. So yeah, chair breakage happens everywhere, and it's just but it actually,
Yeah.
like my daughter said, it actually helped her nerves because she was really nervous, so it actually kind of broke the tension, I guess, for her. So yeah, that was my broken chair story that I always think
Well,
of.
that's why I did an Arcades Anonymous. I wanted to make sure I broke the tension of
Yes.
everything going on. So that's why I fell. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
dude,
It's
like
for
started
you
off
guys.
so you don't have to do that here because we're still chill. We're just chill. We're chill here. We don't need no excitement. But I appreciate Burger Time Babe in the chat, and anybody else who shows up. If you do want to interrupt, I'm gonna call it interrupt the show. If you check the comments, we do have I don't know if I have super checks on, but I'm doing this new thing I'm testing out. Don't have to. It's I'm gonna call it interrupt the show. Well, it will automatically, whatever you type in there will pop up and read it, and I think I have triggers for $7 and $5 right now, and I'm up for input a different dollar amounts that we can do little funny things, or maybe we just have you follow your chair, and that will be a donation thing.
Yes. Yeah, that'll be one, like a clip thing, bring it up like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can play with those, and we can just come up with that's how I'm gonna do it, and just for fun. And 100%, nothing. I think the only money that gets taken out is the processing fee. So it's actually better than doing super chats and stuff like that. So, but nobody has to. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Just more interactive and stuff like that. But anyway, on to the show. To this week, I had a couple of topics today. I'm gonna read them off real quick.
Nice.
We're gonna talk about Anbernic real quick. And I know you just got yours, and I've had mine, and then we're gonna have a hot take. I'm gonna call this segment "Hot Take Cold Facts" with cold facts. Okay. So
All right.
I got a hot take for you. I have a deal or no deal. I want your input on it, Mr. Cooper. And then
Absolutely.
you got some stuff coming up too. I want you to talk about. So that's going to be the topics of the
Absolutely.
show, and we're going to try to end this at 7. I know you got something planned, and I need to get to bed because I have to be up at 2 in the morning. But I don't. I'm eventually gonna have like 19K Fox, these cool transitions and stuff, but I don't have any of that right now. But let's move right into topic number 1.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Anbernic blah blah. What is this thing called? RG35XX SP rolls right off the tongue. We're just gonna call it the Anbernic SP because that's what everybody else is calling this bad boy. And you got the
It's
silver one, and of course
it's so shiny. I reflect into it. Can you see my reflection inside the Anbernic itself?
Oh,
That's how shiny it is.
it is. And of course I got the blue one. Okay. I think everybody but Joel and Arcades Anonymous, which you need to check us out on Wednesday nights, by the way, has one of these. I believe Todd got the silver one too, and me and Brian got the blue. I don't think Matt got one either, but I know Joel has the other Anbernics, so he's in the Anbernic family. This is my first Anbernic, and I'm usually not interested in these because I have the ROG Ally, and that's the beast.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you have the Steam Deck. I think if you
Yes.
have any of those two, as far as PC mobile gaming, either one of those are comparable, and I think that kind of it's the powerhouse. That's the mother of it. But you cannot deny.
Yes.
deny. Okay, I'm gonna switch cameras real here. That cannot deny that form factor. So I want your first impressions on this bad boy. What are you feeling about this thing?
This is the best $80 I've ever spent in my life. Like I'm just like, dude, this is so awesome. As soon as I got out of the package, I felt like I was back, in my childhood with my Game Boy Advance SP. Like immediately, I was just like, I love this thing. I didn't care if it just played Game Boy Advance games. They didn't have to do none of that stuff. Just give me this form factor. But it does so much more than that. But my initial reaction is it's just amazing. Like I love this thing, and especially too whenever you do this move right here. Yeah,
Yes.
that's just like so satisfying. like, like that just little thing I used to do like too. Just just brings back so many memories.
So you can't
Yeah,
see what I'm showing here, but let me see.
I can see it on my other screen here.
Okay,
So I can see.
You can
Yep.
see. Okay. So yeah, this is so what you have the standard, you have the standard operating system on there. Now I've been playing with a couple of different ones, and so the couple of features I did a kind of in-depth overview of the SP, and the two features that the one feature I really wanted was Bluetooth audio, and it's not in the standard OS. It has Bluetooth for the controller, but it doesn't have audio. So that put me on a mission to find Bluetooth audio, and I did. And this little software, as you can see, this is a theme I'm showing. This allows you to have it. Now I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing here. I'm gonna try to share my screen, and let me see here. That's why this is a test, because hang on, we are still working things out. And can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that. Yeah,
Okay.
on this screen now. Okay, cool.
Okay. You'll see that double there. But yeah, as you can tell, it's got, this is a theme it has. So there's a couple of cool. It's Batacera. It's called Newly, and it's a it's a Batacera fork for Anbernic, and it's specifically made for these low end low end handhelds, and it's
Okay.
a little. It's a little. I'm not gonna say buggy. It's a little finicky, so it's not exactly perfect. I think of course, I would recommend keeping the original card. But the cool thing about this is this has 2 card slots, and guess what? I've been doing.
Yeah.
I just been swapping back and forth whatever I want to play.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is gonna work. This is gonna be live TV, guys. Live TV. It has something on here called ports. So this is another thing I found out, and I've tried to do it on the standard version of this, and it doesn't work. But if you come down here, I think you're gonna check that out.
What? Shredder's Revenge.
Okay, and guess what? This is the PC version emulated
Really?
on here. Yes, this is actually, I actually had to go and buy the PC version to get this to work. All right. So what you do, there's a step-by-step guide which I'm working on soon. So this video is as soon as I get done with all this overtime, I'm going to have a step-by-step showing how to install Newly and how to install Shredder's, get the Bluetooth audio to work, and then final step, installing and getting work Shredder's Revenge on this thing. Now, it's been buggy, and I'll see if it'll work. This is what this is why I said it's kind of finicky. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I find myself having to reset this thing a lot. And it does take a minute for it to go. When you initially start this up, you have to compress everything. So there is a long process to it, and it's not perfect, but you're playing Shredder's Revenge PC version on your freaking
Yeah, on your handheld.
So we'll see if it loads
Dude,
there.
that is
If
cool.
it doesn't, it doesn't. I've done this like 2 or 3 times now. I'm played around with it. I might have to recompile it and stuff like that. But what do you think? How does that make you feel? I mean, does that interest you?
That
Look
just
at that.
there it goes.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how long it took? Look at Nick. Well, you see it's a little pixelated, but look at that. So it kind of compresses everything so it can work. That's what he's. But I'm blowing it up. I'm actually pulling this. That's another feature. The HDMI works, so that's how I'm capturing this. That's how you're looking at this. But yeah, the only thing that doesn't.
I'm
work
sure
is
on the little screen though. Do you notice the pixelation?
no,
do you notice it on the?
no,
I was gonna
not
say,
at
I'm
all.
like, there's no way you probably noticed that.
No, that's
Looking,
dude. This is like the best of both worlds. I'm playing the Game Boy Advance SP, and I'm playing Shredder's Revenge on it. So the only
that
thing
is
that doesn't
awesome, man.
work with it is online, and the reason why is
yeah.
because you have to have Steam. That would be
Yeah.
If somebody can figure that part out, that's gonna be tier and this like S tier. All right. So
Yes, absolutely.
was like star here, and I want to show you one more cool thing. See this is part. Select your hero. Check it. The DLC.
What? You even got the DLC? Dude, that is awesome.
So if there is a way to get the DLC, and this I don't know the name of this bunny or rabbit, whatever his name is. I don't know how to say it.
I think is it Usagi?
Usagi?
I don't know.
Dude, he's amazing.
Yo, yeah, yeah, he is like.
He
is really, really good. Yes, I have the DLC because whenever I made my Shredder's Revenge cab, I'm like, I have to have it all, man.
Yeah. And so you look at this. It's got everything on here. I showed this to my middle son. He didn't even realize how cool this was, and he started playing. He's like, "Whoa, this is kind of cool." Sometimes it gets stuck on this, so we'll see. Nope, there it goes. So this is on the Anbernic. You can kind of see it. It's hooked up here, but yeah. This is what I'm working on. I'm working on a video, and the vibration is working, so the force feedback is working. Everything is working, and I know you just built a cab with it specifically for this game. How
yes,
does this
so
make you feel that I just got it running on the Anbernic.
Makes me feel great. It makes me feel great. No, yeah. So that means we could go ahead and just make an entire cab using just the Anbernic. Is that what that means?
It,
Just using one of these.
you could, yes, as long as you don't want multiplayer, because you could Bluetooth the other speakers. If you don't care about multiplayer, it will work. As you can see, that's pretty much what I'm doing at this moment.
That seems like a project that it's like, you would build it just to see if you could do it, and then once you build it, you're like, oh, all right, well, that was cool. Let's go ahead and decide to do something else with this now.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Yeah,
that's the
just
reason
to
why
see if you could do it.
tinker. That's the reason why I'm doing this. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing that's disappointing, that make me probably not use, it does some emulators better. It
Mm-hmm.
does N64 better for sure, and I
Okay.
think Dreamcast runs better on this because it's using the Batocera. So
Yeah.
so if you're doing those higher end ones, it might be. That's why I said you're gonna want some SD cards and that you can just swap out. And this is gonna be
Yeah.
my dedicated. I mean, this is gonna be dedicated to doing this. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
What I
wanted to
what
go ahead.
Well, what I love about this thing too is I know you mentioned like, the Steam Deck and things like that, but this is so cool because it's not very expensive
Nope.
and you can take it with you and put it in your pocket. And it's like, it stinks if something that would happen to it, but it's not like you're out of Steam Deck or, a few $100s to replace it. And it's not so big and bulky where you have to worry about carrying it either. It's
Hmm.
kind of like, I like it. It's just simple but powerful and just cool. Like, I don't know. It's just awesome. And especially if you can do this stuff, I'm like, man, if I could have Shredder's Revenge on the go and a little handheld, like I'm definitely like I'm all down for that. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to show it off. But that is coming. And I've been super impressed, and I don't have a lot of these, and so just having
Mhm.
the limitations are are kind of spawning the creativity and stuff like that. The only thing is this thing has got Cody bass on it, and you can't play any
Mhm.
videos. But in the standard Anbernic, I put a copy of Bluey, episode of Bluey on there, and I'm sitting there watching Bluey. Because this thing, if I could hook up my media server, this is my next step. My media server, and I can sit there and stream all my media. I have a Plex server. If I can stream that to this, and I can just pop, because this screen can move. It moves, and you can just stay there. So you're gonna sit there with the Bluetooth audio headset, and it can make my little movie thing. Remember, they used to have those
Yeah.
cartridges that you could watch cartoons on too. They had those
Oh
Nickelodeon.
yeah, yeah. Those were interesting because I
Yeah,
think it was
try
kind of like
emulating those. They don't emulate very well.
really.
Really, they're terrible. They don't play right. They don't play at the speed they're supposed to. Yeah. So having that
Hmm.
option, but anyway, that's what we're working on. I know you got yours, and so I'm really happy with mine. And I'm kind of excited about this thing. So be on the lookout for that. I know a lot of people are doing their videos and stuff, but there's a couple of different operating systems I'm gonna be playing with too. But man, this thing is so cool. I'm having a great time with this thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like you said,
absolutely.
I bring this to work and put it in my pocket and don't even realize it's there. And I work 10 to 12-hour shifts, and something's in your pocket.
Yeah,
You're working that long.
yeah,
And I'm sitting there
yeah.
on break time. I'm like, oh, I got my little, and I start showing it to people. And like, oh, you have a Game Boy Advance? I said, no, this is better. I'm like, check this out. It's only 60. I think it's cheaper than when the Game Boy Advance came out.
Yeah, I think those were 100, weren't they? I think it's 100 for a Game
At
Boy Advance.
least, I think the SP was even
Yeah,
more. I remember I bought
yeah. I
the
don't know.
Game
I
Boy
can't
Advance
remember.
for my kids and stuff like that, and I couldn't afford the SP. Came out later. I was kind of disappointed because that was, like you said, it was the first one with the backlit. So, but anyway,
Hmm.
that is what we're working on. I highly quick recommendation. I highly recommend it if you like
Oh
this
yeah.
form factor at all, and if you at least want to play up to PS1. Would be PS1 totally reliable. Um, a lot of the N64 stuff works pretty well. I haven't had an issue. I know Sheline said it was terrible, but if you switch over to operating systems, it all depends on that emulator and how you tweak it. You can get that going. PSP is there. There's a couple games. I got Wipeout to work really well.
Okay.
But I couldn't get like Motorsport, or I forget what that was crappy. And there was a couple of them that was like Tekken 5 works pretty good. Tekken 6 is a little slow. And I think comes with it. I think that's on there like, natively. But I've been playing around with different ones, but highly recommend it. 60, 70 bucks.
I showed my brother-in-law. He kind of was interested in one, and I showed him Power Stone, some gameplay of me playing Power Stone on this thing, and he ordered one immediately. The next text that he sent me was like, "Hey, it's being shipped," and he's like, "I had to buy one, man, after seeing Power Stone."
Power Stone actually plays really well on there. And I got Tony Hawk 2 working on the Dreamcast. That's good. And Tony Hawk 4 for
nice.
the PlayStation 1 works really well on there. It has the modern
I'll
stuff.
try those out.
And as Burger Time Babe just said, she's just happy with Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo, there's a lot of good Super Nintendo things I was thinking about playing. Like, you can play Mario RPG on that bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Super Punch-Out guy. I was just thinking of just the slow-paced ones you could just kind of just play, and of course they had Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, I think you need to get one for your wife. By the way, I think she needs.
If she really wants one, yeah,
because I think there is a way to
I wish...
link them up and play each other.
I wish they would have had it in red. Like my SP was red.
My son had a red one too. You're right.
Yeah, I was like, man, if they had red, that's the color I'd be. But silver was
good,
good.
But the blue, I love the blue. Once you see the blue in real life, you're like, yeah, I like the blue. All right, so moving on to the next topic. So we're gonna go into a hot take, real quick. Just pretend I did a transition. Wah wah.
Ship show.
All right, hot take for today. Is Game Pass hurting Xbox? Okay, so we just had a announcement. The big announcement last week or so has been that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out. I know we did our whole thing when Nintendo announced this, but it's not on Xbox, right? And
no,
there was another, I can't remember, I just heard another game that's not coming out. I know from some people said it's a technical issue because they don't want to go back and like redo it for the PlayStation 5. That's why it's only on the PlayStation 4. People are freaking out on that. I'm like, this is my review of the PS5, and I've had PlayStation since day one. The PS5 is the greatest PS4 machine I've ever played. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
The reason why I say that is because the PS4 games are already pushing a PS4 to like a brink. Those most PS4 games, if you play them on the PS4, the thing overheats. The fans are going non-stop. So once we switched over to PS5, everything was just like chill. And the big difference between the PS4 and PS5 games you never see. I mean, it really is. The reason why you get a PS5 is because you want to play all your PS4 games on a reliable system. So having it in being a PS4 or PS5, literally when you pick, when you go to download a game, it says, do you want the PS4 or PS5 version? And depending on how much space you have on your internal hard drive is what you pick, because you can put external hard drives and it will only put the PS4 games on the external and the faster ones. So you play the newer stuff on the PS5, but the thing is, when you're doing like Call of Duty and these like 2K basketball and stuff, those are taking like over I would say like 1/5 of your hard drive already right there. So kind of, but I play Red Dead Redemption 2 on there. I ain't noticing what it's a PS4 game. So I guarantee you're not gonna notice that Street or Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah. Honestly, they probably could have just said, "Oh yeah, PS5," and no one would have known the difference. Like,
it's completely. I haven't played any game that isn't backwards compatible, and it's like pretty much It's so integrated. It doesn't go, "Oh, this is a PS4 game," or "Oh, this is a PS5." You know how sometimes If you do it on
Yeah.
Xbox, it'll say like Xbox 360 or Xbox. No, it doesn't do any of that. It just works. So,
I wonder why though that they could do it for Switch, but they wouldn't do it for Xbox because Switch is the newest. What I guess it's been out for like 7, 8 years now. The Switch has, so maybe they
Switch
didn't
is
have to
going
do
on
much.
10 years, dude.
Oh, 10 years. Okay, wow. Yeah, they need to Switch 2.
It's-
Switch 2 needs
it's
to
about-
happen.
Well, yeah, it's about 7 or 8, and they say it's probably going to last about 10 years. Was it 2016
Oh, wow.
or 2015?
I don't
It was-
remember. I don't remember when that came out. And they
yeah.
were pretty hard to find for a minute, and then like
Yeah.
any console,
Well,
they're always
that's
hard to
any
find.
Nintendo
And they,
thing was.
yeah,
Except for the.
I remember waiting up till like 4 in the morning at Walmart in line for a Wii. And those things were like by the end of its cycle, you could like they're going for like $20, like on like
Yeah, and now
marketplace.
Yeah, now I love them because you can do so much with them.
Yeah. I love my Wii. It just was yeah, it was just one of those things where we gotta have it now. So
Mhm. I think we won when our church was having a some contest and it was like selling something in like candy bars or something like that. And I worked in a shop, and you bring candy bars into a shop, man, everybody's gonna buy it.
yeah.
So yeah, we were able to get that pretty quick. Now, the reason why I say this hot take is because it feels like you said, why would they make it for the Switch in the PlayStation platform but not the Xbox? Of course they're gonna say we don't want to put the time and the effort into translating it for Xbox. I guarantee if they thought they were gonna make money, they're gonna freaking translate that thing. They're gonna put the time and the effort. If they think they're gonna make a ton of money, they're gonna put in the effort. There's no reason. It's a major platform.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, and the other thing is it's coming to PC, so it's like how much more effort would it take to transfer it from
yeah,
PC
these
to
are all
Xbox? It's like the
x86.
same thing.
These x86 platforms, all
Yeah.
PlayStation and Xbox are basically on the as far as the architecture, it's all x86. Why wouldn't you do it? So for me, I think it has something to do with Game Pass. Because if they immediately put it out for free on Game Pass, and it is free for me because I ain't gonna pay for Game Pass for almost 3 years now because I've been doing their Microsoft points.
Yeah.
So I don't.
A lot of
pay
people
for
do that, yeah.
So I don't pay for that.
Yeah.
My granddaughter wants to say hi to me real quick. Say hi. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Can't
She
see
can't
her.
hear me, but hi.
She says hi. My granddaughter wants to interrupt the show. We'll say
Say hi.
hi.
No,
No.
she wanted to say hi to you.
Okay.
Oh, not to me.
Oh, she
She's
wants to
like,
play.
no.
Oh, yep. She wants to play with the claw
Oh.
machine. So okay. So the claw machine is going to get played with. If you haven't seen Arcades Anonymous, I show off
Can I take it upstairs?
our arcade 1-ups claw machine. Anyway, I have to say hi to my granddaughter when she comes over. Anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah. So you think I'm like onto something here? Because if people aren't paying for Game Pass, I mean, there's a lot of us who have it for free. Even if I pay $70 or $100 a year, they're like, I don't see the benefit for like third parties to have their stuff, and Microsoft's going to pay them
Oh yeah.
a chunk of money, but they're going to lose all the sales because everybody's just going to play it on Game Pass. And I mean, I do this all the time. I mean, when a new game comes out, first thing I check is, am I going to get it free through PlayStation? Am I going to get it free through Xbox? There's just two things
Yeah.
I look at, and if I'm not, then I'll think about buying it. Or is Humble Bundle giving it out, or is Epic going to give it away for free? I'm going to sit there and wait.
Yeah.
If I wait like 3
Yeah.
months, I'm not gonna pay for it. So, I mean,
Yeah. I get. I mean, I totally get that because it's number one, they're probably going to make a lot more money selling selling it outright than whatever Xbox is going to pay for it, because Xbox is going to say, oh well, we won't give you that much, but just to have it on here for a while, we'll throw it up on there. And then secondly, I could see how it could mess with your sales. Obviously, the more that game sells, the better it looks. So if no one's buying it because they'd rather watch it on the game version of Netflix, then they're just going to do that. So it's not going to look as good, at the end of the day for their game just in general. So I
Yeah.
do think that it does, cause an issue with Xbox when it comes to the Game Pass.
And do you think?
And they could have even brought it to Xbox and said, "Hey, we want to put it on the Xbox." And Xbox said, "We'll let you have it on Xbox, but we want to have it on the Game Pass." And they're like, "No, thanks. Like, I don't want it on there."
Right.
So maybe that could have happened.
Because I think even like when Sony is forced to do like MLB the Show, they're forced to put it on Xbox, and Xbox immediately put it on Game Pass. And that was a big, as a PlayStation guy, that was our game. I didn't play it, but it's the only MLB game there is. So if you're into baseball and you want to play it, that is the game. That is the baseball game. And the first thing they did was put it on their Game Pass. And so what did all the PlayStation guys? If you got both, why would I pay for it? I'll just go play it on Game Pass. And they put it on the Switch.
Yeah.
And they put it on the Switch. It's funny that the Switch is probably going to make the Switch is probably going to make the most money for Capcom, to be honest.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to buy 2 of them for my one for digitally, so my cap I can just like press it and go into it, and then I want a physical copy just in case they mess with stuff, because they like to do that.
It goes unlisted
Yeah.
again. Yep.
Yeah.
It's on the
So
disc. Hopefully it's on the disc.
Yeah.
Download.
Usually Switch games aren't they? Like they're usually on the
It
actual
depends. There's actually
depends.
a website you can go to that will tell you that whether.
So we need to figure that out.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like a download, or like I like some of those collections and stuff like that. One of the games will be on the cart, and you got to download the rest. So yeah, that's something to think about. So I think as during the pandemic and stuff, when they started releasing movies, like all these streaming services at the same time as the movie theater, we all thought that would be a good idea, but it killed the box office for years when they started doing that. Now you start seeing them saying no, theaters only. You'll see them starting to emphasize theaters only now, because that all-in-one streaming thing, Netflix was hurting their bottom line. And so I'm thinking third parties, especially this Game Pass thing, though it's good for us, I don't think it's good for the overall economy of video games. And I think PlayStation does it a little better. They don't put their first party on there right away. They eventually will give you pretty much everything first party, but you have to wait about a year. You have to wait about a year.
Yeah.
It's about a year delay, and you'll end up getting all of them. But if you want them right away, though, or they usually do this, they put it out, and then they'll slowly start marking it down on sale. When it gets around $20, then it gets on their plus tier, which I think is a better way to do it, because you're maximizing your money, and then when it gets low, where it kind of like gets a little stale, you give it away, and then it kind of bumps up the player count on these games. I think that's the best strategy, and that's kind of what movies used to do. Remember, it used to be movie theater, then like HBO or Cinemax or Showtime, and then it would hit home or like DVDs or VHS back in the day, DVDs. And then it went to like TV. So they were able to maximize the whole thing. What's up, Sai?
Yeah.
We got a new viewer. What's up?
Hey, Sai.
That's a new viewer.
I think that especially Call of Duty. They said that's day one. They're gonna bring that out on. That's one of the biggest games that they have.
Big one, dude. That's gonna kill.
Oh yeah.
I'm really interested to see.
Huge moneymaker.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's gonna move a lot of people over to Xbox just to play it for free?
Well, I mean, as far as it comes to budget, Xbox is, this is the reason why they're kind of like the budget one. If you only have,
Yeah.
I think $18 is the per like the best edition, 18, $19 a month, and you have, all these games. You get the
All
Call
right,
of Duty.
we just got a
Yeah,
sub.
yeah,
Woo!
yeah. There you go. There you go. So I do think that it does help motivate people because times are kind of tough. You can buy an Xbox for cheap, and you can get Game Pass and have all those games. I mean, I think it might generate. Now, will it really affect PlayStation? I don't know. I think it'll more affect game developers at the end of the day because PlayStation, I think they have triple the sales of Xbox right now. Xbox is like drowning. So I don't think it's really going to be like all of a sudden Xbox is going to have this huge surge and somehow compete, you know, really, really great with PlayStation. But I do think it will make people turn their heads and go, Xbox doesn't look so bad right now. But again, I think it will affect game developers because if that's what they start pushing, and then PlayStation eventually takes that on too, then it's really gonna hurt the bottom line when it comes to those.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting time just to see what their strategy is, and after Xbox having this great, I would say, presentation. I forget what they called theirs, but
Mhm.
to have right afterwards, hey, you're not getting probably one of the most exciting games having all these studios and stuff.
Oh man,
Guess what you're not getting? And then there's another, and it's like one after another. It's like, man, that's crazy. Xbox has all these things, and then they're slowly. It's just kind of like, yeah, here's a great. I mean, to be honest, they had a great presentation and great games coming out first party, but now they're getting the Nintendo situation. Remember with the Wii and stuff like. Nintendo would come out with great games, but nobody would come out with anything else for them. So yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of my hot take on it. It sounds like you kind of agree, and it's kind of interesting
Yeah.
to see where that's gonna go. So yeah, it's just I'd like to hear you guys want to like leave a message and stuff in the comments and stuff. Give your take. If you have a totally different take, you think I'm totally off base here. And this is kind of your input on that, because I'm thinking, I know there might be a technical issue, but if the money's there, they're gonna overcome a technical issue. Just saying, we can emulate that game on my Anbernic right now. I can get
Yep.
I can get that working right now. There's the blah 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 excuses. No, that doesn't make any sense. So I mean,
Yeah.
if like hackers and the community itself can get that thing playing online, I'm pretty sure Capcom could figure something out. But I digress. All right, and to the next topic. All right, we're moving right along. We have 15 minutes left. I have a question for you. Okay, so me and my wife had celebrated our 25th anniversary. And
Congratulations.
thank you. I got her to play. We got to an arcade where we went, and I got her to play a game called Super Bikes 3. And
Okay.
it's kind of an offshoot of the Fast and Furious Cruising
Mhm.
series, this with motorcycles. So
Okay.
so I was, and the thing she said to me was, when you said you want to do a driving cab, this is what I was thinking, something cool like this.
Okay.
So it got me thinking. Is like, man, is it possible to get this game? So I looked it up, and it was $15,000 per bike.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, so
That's it.
that's out of the realm of my budget. But of course I went on a spree. So we live close to a theme park, and we went there, and they had Super Bikes 2. So I started looking up Super Bikes 2. Those are a little cheaper. Those are going for about 5,000 a bike. So you're thinking
Okay.
5,000? That's a lot of money, right? That's still.
Yeah.
But you got to think of all this, everything. People are talking about spending 4,000 on a freaking what was that thing from Buy Stuff Store?
Oh,
Super
the
Sprint.
Super
Super
Sprint.
Sprint.
Super Sprint. Yep.
Right. So they're talking about paying $4,000 for that, and I'm sitting there going, well, this is kind of in the price range, and then you're paying about $2,000. You're paying about $2,000 for those pinball machines and stuff like that. So we're in this price range now. Of course, that's
In the ball field.
Okay, so we're getting there. I'm not saying that's the same ball field, but it's not too far out of the realm. If you're gonna pay $2,000 to $4,000, I'm gonna be starting looking at real arcades, right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're already getting real arcades for cheaper than that, right?
Oh yeah, I show you the deals that I find around
Yeah.
here sometimes that yeah, you can get arcades for cheaper than that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is let's see here if I can get this to work again. Let's see here. Let's see if this works here. Of course, it's gonna do this again. Let's see if it shows up. All right.
Ooh,
I found Super Sprint.
bro.
This is a
For
pair.
both?
For both. $1,500. So
And they look like they work.
yeah, they work. They do work. So this is the thing we do on Arcades Anonymous. We do a thing called Deal or No Deal, and I'm just curious of your input on what you're thinking. There's two of them. This ain't three, but this is one.
Okay.
Dude, this is looking
So
sharp
if
there.
you
And here's a video of it playing. So I just like your input. What do you think, Mr. Cooper?
I mean, you literally went down to 10% of the original price.
Of a
15,000 to 1,500.
Yes.
Yeah.
For two.
For two.
For two.
Yes. I mean, if you have the room for these and your wife loves to play them and that's what she wants for your arcade, I say go for it, man. Absolutely. Like
I'm
I would
so debating.
and these
this.
were closer to me and I had the room, I'd be like,
actually,
I will pick these up.
Actually, it's probably in between both of us, to be honest. It's over by Detroit.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I'll give a call. No kidding.
I think
dude, that's I don't know unless they said there's no issues though, since it works great. I mean, I don't see why.
Taillight. Okay, they said no sound on the left super bike or tail light on the left seat. Okay, a speaker issue and a light issue. I think we could figure it out.
That's the least, yeah. And I wonder too if you could even add more of the.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can link up to 4 of these.
Wow, could you add more games to it too? You think you could throw a PC in this and like?
Don't know. I was listening to Joel Retro Lizard, and I would probably have to tap him for some knowledge. I checked out he has that stream every other week, the Four Musketeers, and they're just talking they're talking shop about like emulation stuff. I was listening at work today. Great show, by the way. And it was I'm thinking you could at least maybe do techno parrot of Superbikes 2. I don't think Superbikes 3 has been emulated, but yeah, if I could, I'll play Superbikes. You know, I don't know if these are CRTs. I want to say they'd be LCDs.
They look like CRTs.
Do they? That's
like
the only
CRTs to
thing.
me.
I would be swapping the CRTs out of these things. I don't want to mess with CRTs. I would sell them or do something when people want them.
So would your wife enjoy this one as much, do you think, or do you think she would be like, yeah?
The Grang.
Okay.
Yeah, she don't care about which one.
Yeah.
And actually, from what I hear, the first two are better than the third one. The third one doesn't have any cool features like upgrade features and stuff like that. I was doing a bunch of research. We had a blast playing that. She was having fun playing. She beat me once. I beat her once, and we were just going back and forth. And she's like. She was this is, and my wife doesn't play video games, so when she finds something that she likes to play, I like to
oh yeah, I'd say sold, man.
Yeah.
I first see a phone call to Joel. Hey, how's your back doing? Would you come and help me move this to my basement?
I got a bunch of teenagers in the house. We could get this thing moved. Yeah, it might
Oh
have a
man, see, I
CRT.
don't. Yeah, I think that has a CRT, man. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
Look at that. Yeah, that's definitely a CRT.
that sucker's
You'd
big.
have to get. Yeah, that's a
I might have to get some
honking one.
get a lot of muscle to move that sucker. But man, yeah,
Yeah,
that is a beautiful looking bike or a
I'd
bike.
come and visit you after you get it all hooked up. Be like, hey, I'm gonna come see you so
We'll
I
have
can
a
try out your super bikes.
so yeah, that's
Dude,
so you say yeah, that's part of the Fast and Furious super bikes. So you thinking that's a deal, huh? Yeah, you're
oh,
Burger
absolutely,
Time Bane says
1,500
it's a deal.
bucks.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
okay.
If I could fit those in my house, I would buy those right now. I'd just undercut you and be like, oh, I'll pay you 1,600. I'll be there tomorrow.
Right, yeah, I wouldn't blame you. Honestly, wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. So yeah, so yeah, I was seeing that and I was like, all right, I wonder if that'd be deal. But yeah,
Yeah,
okay. So I'm still debating. I'm not sure yet. You know, money's
it's been on here
I'm
for
working a
5
bunch of
days.
overtime right now. I am in the overtime mode right now. So yeah, I might have to put in another week or so.
Well, it looks here on it says that he has $1,600 for the pair, so he's already dropped it to 1,500. So you might even be able to like, hey, would you take 12? Even knock off a few hundred. Like, hey.
Yeah, 1,600 for the pair, or best
But
offer.
then he has or best offer.
Oh man, oh
Be like, hey,
jeez,
1,200 bucks, man, 1,200 bucks.
yeah.
I'd offer him 1,000 and see what he says, and be like, all right, how about 1,200, and go from there.
Yeah. We'll see. I do have a truck too. I do have a truck. My nephew goes.
You're
You
gonna
have
need
a
a big
truck?
truck, man. Those things are massive.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
that's
might take
gonna
a couple
be.
trips just to get it home.
Yeah, you might have
But
to like rent a U-Haul or something and put it on the back of it.
right. Yep. So yeah, okay. Something to think
All
about
right.
and stuff like that. And as we finish up, in transitioning here, I appreciate everybody who's watching. Mr. Cooper Gallagher guy. I hear you have an interview coming up. Would you like to
Yeah.
explain or talk a little more about that?
Yes. There is a documentary. It's on YouTube right now for free. It's only 22 minutes long, so it's not a big old. You have to sit down and
Mm-hmm.
take 3 hours out of your day to watch it. But it's called Tokens Through Time, and it's basically this younger fella. I mean, he seems like he's younger than us. He
Right.
decided to make a documentary. Looks like it's all his own thing, where he goes through just the different ages of arcades, and it's kind of like felt like a little love letter to arcades just in general.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did really well with it, so I got a hold of him to see about maybe doing an interview, kind of go over the documentary itself, get to know him a little bit better, and what all it take to make the documentary. And so I just thought it'd be cool, to get to know him better, and yeah, just interview him and kind of introduce the documentary to the
Community,
home
yeah.
arcade community a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and give him some numbers there because it's really great, especially for him. I feel like he's kind of a new filmmaker in it, so this is
Yeah.
definitely like a cool idea that he did, and you can just really tell that he loves arcades as you're watching it. So just
Right.
something
Yeah.
cool. Check it out. Um, Definitely recommend watching it. Like, again, it's only 20 minutes, so it's not like it's a documentary that's 2 hours long. Just something kind of cool to watch. I actually was doing some work around the house, and I was like, yeah, you always flip on YouTube, try to find something to watch, like listen to the background,
Yep.
and it just randomly popped up for me, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. So I started listening to it, and I was like, this is good, like this is really good, like I like what this guy's doing. So that's kind of how it all unfolded. But that's
Okay.
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
So not tomorrow, but the following Tuesday, we're gonna do an interview with him.
Okay.
So
Okay. We'll be looking out for that. Yeah, because I
yeah,
watched. I had it did the same thing. I was listening to it at work, because you recommended it and stuff like that, and I was listening to it, and it has a like a King of Kong vibe to me.
yes,
Um,
yeah,
not quite as polished. You can tell, like you said, it hit. He had his own. I mean, he's interviewing some characters like that are like, why are they interviewing? Who is this guy? And he was just kind of, oh yeah. I'm like, but yeah, that's kind of what King of Kong did too. You found some interesting characters that
yeah,
are into these things and stuff like that, and some
yeah,
are eclectic, I would say.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, well, okay. You if you watch it, you'll see what I mean. In and
Yeah.
say too much about it, but I was sitting there going, "Wow."
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's like especially one guy where it's kind of like, okay, well, that was someone that you could interview, and
Yeah, I was
I think
like,
that you could tell he was trying to like pull out something,
yeah,
and the other guys he interviewed were pretty good. I mean, there's some owners of some different arcades. Are I think one guy's like a owner, another guy's like a bartender, and they kind of talk to, and he does great with
yeah.
those.
And I like
Overall,
how we
it's
went
really great.
from like it's not like just because there's a kind of a divide when it comes to arcades, and he even mentions this about the old school arcades, like the stuff that
Mhm.
we grew up with, like that quarter arcade, and then and those people kind of rag on like the modern arcade
Yeah,
with all the lights and neon and stuff. And you know what? I like both. I like
yeah,
and like one of them mentioned, arcade's a place to go for experiences that you can't get anywhere else,
yeah,
and they're always evolving and always the arcade is a place to. I mean, I have a tour of an arcade I went to this last year, and man, it was huge and gigantic and had
yeah.
bowling and had pinball and had all these crazy dance ones and racing and all these. I'm like, wow, I've never seen this. And it was so overwhelming. I had to go like the second
Yes.
day. The footage was the first time I went. I was just so overwhelmed by everything that I couldn't even absorb it. And so then I had to go back the next day and just kind of film everything and kind of like pace myself. And just kind of to kind of get everything in it. And man, they have done a lot of cool things with arcades, and I know a lot of them.
Yeah.
They had a lot of claw machines, but as you can see, my granddaughter, she just took the claw machine.
That's why they have them. Kids love them. They love that.
I was like,
So
and like we laugh at that, and like, well, we were joking about Arcade 1-Up doing claw machines and stuff like that, but obviously people like them. So
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
And
what
he
was
talks
it-
about
what was it again? What was the video again?
tokens through time.
I should have
Tokens through time.
Of course.
I have a link, but I don't know if there's a way to. Is there a chat I can?
Yeah,
me
we don't know
see.
what we're doing. Let's see if we can do this real quick before we go.
Send.
Token.
I sent something in a chat. It says there's a chat down here. I don't know if that works or not, but
Let's see here.
but he brings out too.
I don't even see a
If
chat in
arcades.
this
There's a chat at the bottom of mine. It said, "Oh yeah, here's a chat." So I sent in that thing. I don't know. I don't know
here it
what that
yeah.
is, but
yeah. Okay.
yep. All right, cool.
Let's see here. Click to here. All right. Hey, we're learning stuff. All right. I'm gonna put it in the I'll put it in the chat here. Then
There
we
you
will
go.
put it in. Then we will put it in the description too. So yeah. So check that
Nice.
out. Yes. So that's July 2nd. You said.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday,
Next
and it's
Tuesday.
at
So
7
not
o'clock.
tomorrow, but the next
So-
Tuesday. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I think that's about it. It's 7 o'clock now. I think we're gonna wrap
Yep.
it up. I appreciate you being on here. I appreciate everybody who watched. We got a new sub out of this whole thing. You see how that works? See how that
Absolutely.
pops right up and stuff like that. That's exciting.
Yes.
But I appreciate everybody who's watching and watching on the replay. Like I said, put your comments in the comment section, and we appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Just one more game, one last fight. You know I appreciate every one of you tonight. So don't forget to smash that like, hit subscribe. Stay tuned for the next time we go live with your host JBXL and the Game First Dive. CBQ, real life, deposit, nerd,
done but the clips and highlights. Keep them on replay. Thanks for the laughs, GG. Peace up. With your host, JPXL, signing off. But hey!